Hello and welcome to Zeus Cream Recipes. Today we will be talking about our mint chip ice cream. You'll need half and half milk, and heavy whipping cream. You'll also need sea salt if you want it to stay cold for longer, and sugar. In addition to that, you'll need peppermint extract to give it flavor, and green food coloring. Chocolate chips are optional to make it mint chocolate chip. So first, find a bowl that is freezer proof, and pour the half and half milk into it. Here I'm going to use this can of half and half milk and half of that can of heavy whipping cream, so I will pour that in too. You don't have to use that much, you could use any amount as long as it's proportional. So measure it about half. You'll want to weigh it so you'll see how it feels when it's even. So maybe a bit more, and that should be good. Then next, you'll need to add some sugar. Add only a bit of sugar, maybe a teaspoon. Because you will have opportunities to add sugar later when you have a chance to try the mixture. Then you have your peppermint extract, and you generally want with this amount of. So here's the food coloring. These are new bottles, so I have to open the top. So at this moment, your fluid should look white until you add the food coloring, which, because it's green, will transform it to a nice green color. You want a medium green color, not too large, not too small. Stir to see how much color you've added. And if any color splashes on your workspace, you can wipe that off. Make sure it's food coloring, you don't want to be poisoned. So now I will stir. A nice peppermint smell. So we can put all of our liquids back because we won't need them. Then I would also add a bit of salt. If it becomes not too much, maybe around that much, because if you add too much, it will become too salty and will take away from the flavor. If you add too much by accident, it's okay, and you can balance it out with sugar. Now here's your chance to try it and see if it lacks sugar. So you pour it from one spoon to another to make sure it does not get contaminated with saliva. It definitely needs more sugar. Now I would say my mixture is good with a bit more mixing. And this is when I add chocolate chips to make it mint chip ice cream. So I have semi-sweet chocolate chips from Whole Foods, and I'll just pour it in. And mix it around. You don't want to add too much. You can tell this by scooping up some ice cream and seeing how many chocolate chips you get. Of course, chocolate chips are on the bottom. Now the most important part is to get a good pot pan. Here, a pan, and pour the mixture into it. If this pan is too small, I'll get another one. You want some chocolate chips to go in as well, so I'll add some more chocolate chips here at this point. Maybe a few more in here. And subtract a bit of chocolate chips from here. It's important to have a proportional relationship, so one bucket doesn't have too many chocolate chips and one doesn't have too few. Now I think the mixture is about even, so let's knock that chocolate chip back in there. So what I'll do now is I'll seal the container. And there it is sealed. And now we can take it to the freezer and wait 20-30 minutes. When frost starts developing on the edge, then we'll stir it more. Okay, so now that we've done the first part, here comes the second part. We have to mix it to make sure it doesn't turn into a popsicle. We want ice cream. So we have to uncap these and make sure frost has developed at the edges. This vanilla batch I did earlier is a better example. And what we do is we stir it, churn it. This batch of vanilla I did earlier, it's been sitting in the freezer for a little bit of time, and frost has definitely developed. By the next day, your batch should be good. Sometimes sugar gets diluted when you keep frozen for a while, so it might be good to taste and add a bit more if you need to. But we don't need to, I didn't need to on these because I added a bit extra while we were doing the normal. Don't churn it for too long, but after you churn it for a bit, go and cap it and return it to the freezer. That's one set done. Now here is our mint chip from earlier. Most likely, all the mint chip will be on the bottom. So before serving, turn it around. Also made a batch of chocolate, and there's a bit more mint chip to stir later. Tomorrow you'll be able to see the end result. Sometimes the chocolate chips stick to the bottom, so make sure it doesn't. You could also do some additional mixing later if you want to. But now I can cap this. And we'll see the end result tomorrow.